weekend of what the Wonder Woman Chi Chi. Sitting in for weekend, it is the Morning Galaxy, your mid morning cruise into the stars, into the Welcome to a segment we call a Short in the Armor motivational talk. And with me in the studio, his name is Jonah Mungoshi. He's a life success coach, management consultant, a workshop facilitator, management or leadership trainer, motivational speaker. Yeah, before we get into it, good morning to you, Mr. Jonah.
Good morning, Miss VK. Oh, sorry. DJ Eve, oh my word. She's going to kill me. I apologize. I humbly apologize.
No, I'm not in the habit of killing people, but it's okay because man, you won, so I'm going to be very, very nice. So how are you doing this morning?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm lovely, thank you.
Fantastic.
So this morning we're talking about goal setting for breakthrough success.
Yes, it's actually day number 18 since we started the 91-day journey of goal setting and intense action called Shanduko program. 535 people took up the challenge to set goals they are committed to achieving by 30 November 2024. 178 of these 535 people are getting active daily support from me and a group of coaches. So my question is, how about you?
Okay.
If you're listening right now, I am challenging you. Are you courageous enough to commit to achieving something significant within the remaining 73 days so that you can join us and be part of the Shanduko 2024 program? And yes, it's all about goal setting. And we want to look at what goal setting is and why do it. How does goal setting affect results? What's the psychology of goal setting? And more interestingly, what are the spiritual or metaphysical aspects of goal setting? And how can you apply these principles in your life for your own benefit? But with me today is a gentleman that I spoke about during the last edition of Short on the Arm. And he's traveled all the way from Mutare, and his name is Macbeth. And he'll be sharing with us practical applications of some of these principles of how he's applying these in his life. Macbeth, how are you doing?
Hi, how are you?
Awesome. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself? I just want people to get sufficiently curious to stay tuned to this program to hear what you'll be saying next.
Macbeth Masugu is a 37-year-old married guy.
Aurimfana, 37.
Pandati
Wakazvarwa ndaita A level.
married.
Oh, married. Is it happily married?
Yeah, I'm very, very, very happily married.
All right, go ahead. So tell us
two-
a bit more about yourself. What do you do?
I'm into construction. I started doing aluminium and glass. That was my first adventure when I got into construction. But when I was growing up, I started to put some of the things that are done in construction, like kutovaka, kuita ceilings, kuita tiling, plumbing, nemagetsi. Saka ndakatozopedzisa ndatova a construction company yakakwana.
Great. So the reason why I invited Macbeth, in case you're wondering, is that last time he did something strange. You know, I've got this group called Success Family, and at that point we had 1,800 members. Out of the 1,800 members, he phoned me and he says, I'm in Harare, I would like to meet you.
Okay.
And I said, okay, let's meet up. And when we met up, it turned out he had come to Harare to look at a job that he was supposed to do. He was just checking out the place where he's supposed to do some aluminium fittings and construction. And it turns out he managed to get this job from someone who is a member of the Success Family, a Zimbabwean who is actually living in Kenya. So I thought that was a very interesting experience. And the fact that Macbeth is also part of the 178 who are on the Shanduko GTS Active Support Program, I thought it would be interesting for him to share his experiences about goal setting, etc. But before he does that, let me just share a little bit of the theory behind goal setting and why it matters. So when we talk about goal setting, tiri kuti uri kusvika pachinano chekuzvipira kuti ndiri kuda kuita zvakati by such and such a date. So the reason why most people don't do this is because they are scared. They are scared of how they would feel if they don't achieve that dream. In other words, they are scared of commitment to their own life, to their own future. And it is scary. I mean, think about it. Right now, the Success Family has got 2,000 members. And these are members who are really serious, who are committed, who have put airtime into their phone, bought some data, managed to join, fill in a form, which is quite complicated, and they've joined. But guess what? When I said set a goal for the next 91 days, 535 people managed to do that. 535 divided by 2,000. Let me just work that out. Divided by 2,000. It gives us 0.26, or in other words, 26%. Less than half, just a little bit over quarter, were brave enough to set a goal that you say, by 30th September, I want to do this. So I'm challenging you, if you're listening to me right now, that whatever you want to achieve will not happen by accident. It will not. It just doesn't work that way. Life doesn't work that way. You actually need to set a goal and say, this is what I want to do. In fact, when you look at success, you cannot have success without a goal. And did it?
Yes.
DJ Eve.
Yes, you can't.
For you to say I've succeeded, you had a goal. Whether that goal was written or not, you had a goal. So when I'm saying to you, I'm talking about you and your life. And I'm saying in the next, let's see, how many days are left? 73 days between now and the end of November. What do you want to have achieved? You don't even have to tell me, but set a goal for your life. Yeah, a lot of people say, oh, there are many things I want to do. Yeah, but out of those many things, choose one or two that you're saying, I'm definitely going to take action on this. And then apply yourself to doing it. It takes a certain level of courage to do that. It doesn't take intelligence. It doesn't take having resources, because you can set goals within the constraints of the resources that you have. What are you going to do? So that's how important goal setting is. It determines success, because for you to say I've succeeded, it's because you've achieved something you set out to do. So how does goal setting affect results? Simple. With goal setting, you actually get motivation. You are driven. Motivation is that inner force, the power that you feel inside that I'm going to do this. And it comes when you've got a goal, something wakananga. You'll also find that when you've got a goal, you are likely to get results from measurement. You can measure if your goal is to put together $1,000 by 30th November, you can say today is what, the 18th of September. How far am I? Do I have 100 out of 1,000? And that helps you to get results. So you will find that when you set a goal, you are more likely to achieve results. And if that goal is written down, it's significantly more powerful than if the goal is just in your head, because you can back out of it anytime. But if you've got a record of it, in fact, that act of writing down the goal is an act showing commitment. Right. So anyway, let me pause at this point and get back to my friend Macbeth, who's with me in the studio here. Macbeth, can you tell us about the Success Family? You've been a member of the Success Family since when? How have you found the experience? What can you share with our listeners?
Yeah, I can't say the exact date, but it was sometime in August when I joined the Success Family. At first, ndandiri munhu anga asingatogoni kutogadzira go, ndasinganzwisi chonzi go chii. So ndakatoti ndapinda ndobva ndaona kunzi guys, nhasi imandi, saka vanhu setai magoals enyu. Ni go ripi, chii chinonzi go? Ni go chii chakakuta chonzi go? Handi ndinongomuka ndotoita ndiri kuita everyday, ndotoona ndabuda here ndadini. So there was a point yakataurwa nyaya yekuti uri ngoramba uchidzokorora zvinhu zvaunongoita 365 days but usingasviki.
You're not living 365 days. You're living one day repeated 365 times.
Exactly. So ipapo ndo pakandibata ipapo. Ndobva ndaona vanhu vachitseta magoals ndikati aiwa the following week nemonday ndinoda kuti ndakukanda yangu goal. Ndobva ndaisa goal yangu. Jonah Mungoshi, my coach, by then ndisati ndapuwa coach for life.
Okay.
Saka vaindibvunza wadini, wafamba sei, wadini, ndito challenge. So magoals ndakaisa anga ari matatu. At the end of the week yanga
Tell us about Shanduko and how it is working out for you.
Shurubaka. The name just says it all.
Yeah.
Shanduko.
Yeah.
You know, the goal is kuto shanduka from one stage to another positive stage, not
Yeah.
to another stage,
Yeah.
to another positive stage, because to another to another positive stage. So like last week papa ne nyaya kubengenyuka,
Yeah.
anditi unofana kuti ukatongotasa chinhu
Mm.
funga the positive thing that you can do nechinhu ichocho, kanzwa shoko funga the positive thing that you can use kushandisa shoko iroro. So ndo zvinobetsera shanduko. Handisi kutora nguva yangu muzvinhu zvisina basa, ndinoda kungoti inini ndane mablingers, I've got set goals, so I have to drive ndakananga kuma set goals.
Okay, so tell us about that incident I spoke about. Yeah, basa ramakawana through the Success Family. How exactly did that happen? Can you share with the listeners?
Yeah, actually, for me to join Success Family, it was like somebody said, I can send a clip in a group, receive Success Family. This and I join a Success Family. In the one that I was in kuti business rangu riendere mberi, let me show up to Jonah Mungoshi. Munu asenda ndompo namba za Jonah Mungoshi nova handipa. Then the wanda phone na Jonah Mungoshi, I need help, especially in marketing areas. Aiwa tine family. Unoda join a family there and order so chata you fill those forms, but nangoshi that data and I'm comfortable. The banda pinam Success Family. We are more than, I think you've got
We're 2,000 now.
Yeah, we're more than 1,000. So in Jonah Success Family, every Monday in Success Family munhu ukanda chinhu charoda kuita, uyauda ane huku dzake dzauda kutengesa, uyauda kutengesa makombiyuta, uyauda kuvaka. Saka ini ndakati handiverengi mamessage emonday kunze kwokuti ndava settled. So I take my time, ndova settled, ndoita browse through all the goals dzekusetwa nevanhu, ndichitarira magopwa munhu anoda kubatsirwa neni. Ndinda kutaura area yangu, ndini ndoda kubatsira munhu nenyaya yeconstruction, ndo area yandotarisa. Ndikamuwana ndoenda naye kumashuri, yes shamwari, kakuprivate kudm kwake, yes shamwari, ndokwanisa kubatsira necertain thing. Then totanga kushanda, because that's how the family works. I'll be your pillar and the only good pillar of family. Thank you.
Great. Thank you very much. So, yeah, we don't allow advertising in the platforms. We actually have 2 WhatsApp groups, and in total, they now have about 2,000 people. And, you know, we can take 1,024 in a group. So once we reach 2,048, we'll need a 3rd group. But the idea is to support each other as we grow. And the idea is to take advantage of this group in order to learn, in order to share, in order to get clients, in order to support, in order to network, in order to build partnerships. So I really thought the example that Macbeth set is really aligned to the vision that we have. And in fact, as we go, we actually want to have a way of measuring the extent to which people are supporting each other's goals. But let me get back to what I was saying. So I spoke about what goal setting is and why we should do it. I also spoke about the relationship between goal setting and results. How about the psychology of goal setting? Well, psychology is about how the mind works. So I already started touching on it when I spoke about how a lot of people are scared to set goals because they fear how they will feel if they don't achieve that goal. So here is the thing. Everything in life is risky. There's nothing that is not risky. And if you're disappointed with your situation now, and you feel that if you set a goal, you'll be disappointed, which is better? Being disappointed, doing nothing, or being disappointed when you know that at least you have a probability, no matter how small, of achieving success because you are trying. You're setting the goal and you're taking action. So the psychology is about the thinking. If you start thinking about it, you can confront your fears about goal setting and say, I will do it. You will survive if you fail. Failure is not fatal, right? And usually success is not permanent. So that's one. Number 2, when it comes to the psychology of goal setting, is that when you set a goal, especially when you break it down into small actions, each time you complete an action, you tick, there is what is called dopamine, which is released in your body. And this hormone, this dopamine, makes you feel happy, makes you feel energized. So that is actually a self-reinforcing mechanism, whereby setting a goal and you break it down and you start achieving small wins, you get to tick and you release this dopamine and it fills you up with even more energy. So you find that when you set a goal, the psychology also is about intrinsic motivation. You really feel good within yourself, not because something external has happened, but because you have achieved it. If we look at the spiritual side, there's the law of attraction. What you focus on becomes your reality. What you constantly pray about, you are likely to attract into your life. So when you set a goal, you are focusing on that. You are like a homing pigeon. You know, there's this pigeon. So when you set a goal, you find that you are attracting an invisible energy. One of the quotes which is my all-time favorite, says that when you make a commitment, the universe conspires to help you. Have you ever experienced this, DJ Eve, where
Yes.
you make a commitment about something, you're passionate about, you're thinking about it, and somehow miraculously events
Comes your way.
happen,
Yeah.
people come into your life, coincidence is okay, and you're like, wow, how did I get here?
True.
The starting point is having that goal, having that vision, saying, this is what I desire. It's about making that decision. And once you have done that, it's a cause set in motion. There are invisible forces at play that will propel you towards where you want to go. The higher level of commitment, the more attraction you have towards these powers. So for me, that is the mysterious, miraculous, metaphysical, spiritual aspect of goal setting. So how can you apply these principles in your life? Number one, clarity of purpose. Be clear what you want to do. Number two, you have actionable steps. I will do A, B, C, D. Number three, visualization. See it in your mind. Number four, be in an environment that is supportive. This is why we've got the success family. Number five, never let any 24-hour period end without taking at least one action towards your goal. That's called consistency. And if this tickles your fancy and you would like to be part of the Shanduko or Success Family Initiative, then take a pen and paper and take this number down. 0780 980 451. Send a WhatsApp message with the word join, nothing else, JOIN. Just send that word and we'll initiate conversation with you. Send that word join to the number 0780 980 451 using WhatsApp, and we'll let you into the Success Family and welcome you into Shanduko with open arms. Are there any questions in the last minute or so? I see we're almost out of time.
Most of the messages that were coming through, they were just wondering how to get into the group. So you've given that number out, so I'm sure they'll follow through. Maybe just one more time.
Right, it's 0780 980 451. And send the word join to there. If you'd like contact details for my friend Macbeth, you can send that message to that number and we'll gladly send you Macbeth's contact details.
Right, so his name is Jonah Mungoshi. He's a life success coach, management consultant, workshop facilitator, management leadership trainer, and also a motivational speaker. You can catch him every Wednesday right here on Star FM on a Short in the Arm, which is all about motivational talk. Mr. Jonah, thank you so much for joining me this morning.
Thanks, DJ Eve. It was wonderful seeing you. And thanks, Macbeth.
And Macbeth, thank you for coming through.
Thanks.
So, right, we are Star FM, sounding good all the time. Coming up in the next hour, we've got Galaxy Fashion. If you're all about fashion and everything fashion, do stay tuned. But right now, it is 10 and it's time for the news.
This is Zim Papers Radio.